Okay. Hello, everybody. This is my little live painting feed I'm going to be doing today. I'm just trying to get this set up so you get the best of what I can do. And there we have a lovely blank canvas. I primed it earlier today to get ready for this. It is a 12 by 14. Not really too sure what I'm going to be painting, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. Now you get to look at my ugly butt. I'll try to not block the camera as best as I can. Water. But for anybody that wants to learn how to paint, it's really not too hard. Pause for effect. I gotta go get a brush I got hanging out to dry. I needed this for later. But there we go. Alrighty. So nice clean slate here. Not really too sure what I'm going to be doing. I'm really going to just do a simple painting today. I'm only going to use little titanium white, some Mars black, and a little crimson. Now, I am using 3 different brands of paint. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. Some are more high-end than others. It's really the only difference. Kind of like the difference between buying Levi's and Wrangler's jeans, if you ask me personally. I really don't find too much of a difference in the paints that I use. But it's just how you use them. That's all it really comes down to. And again, I've said this in previous posts. If you're here for the Bob Ross experience, I apologize now because he can paint. Greg Hildebrandt can paint. I can't. I just do my best. That's all I can ever ask for here, kids. So, I'm going to throw a little black up here first. And I'm literally not asking for too much. Just going to smear this around. Get a little base color going. I had a thing. I had a spray bottle. I don't know where I put it. So we're just going to get a little water on our brush. Just a little damp. We're not going to go nuts. Dry it off a little bit. Move that around. Get some white up in here. Try to soften up that black. I am a very messy painter, and that's okay. Because the end result usually works out pretty well. Haven't had anybody complain yet. Except for maybe my wife when I still paint all over the place. And guys, if you want to know anything about painting, I can try to help you out as best as I can. Teach you what I know. But I have primarily taught myself how to do this. I don't know techniques. I don't know. I can't even tell you kind of the brushes I use. This is a wide brush from Wall. Got this at Home Depot when I was a contractor. So it serves its purpose for clearing a lot of area really quickly. If that helps at all. I'm really getting into doing these black and white paintings. They bring me a little bit of happiness. And you guys seem to like them a lot too. That's why I've been doing them a lot lately. Stay there. My friend Michael Krager loves my easel. Sometimes it doesn't cooperate with me. But again, I don't know how things work. I just kind of make them work for me. Pretty simple. A little bit more water in there, not a whole lot. Just help move that paint around. Now, unfortunately, because I am doing this live, usually, and by usually I mean every time I paint, I listen to music. I listen to all different kinds of music. Sometimes I listen to film scores because I like classical music. I find it relaxing when I need to clear my head. If I'm having a bad day, if I'm having one of my bipolar anxiety attacks / episodes, and you hear that I'm listening to classical music, I just try to take my mind off of what's going through my mind. But I've also been known to listen to 9 Inch Nails while I work. Believe it or not, I also sometimes find that very relaxing. Don't ask me how those two worlds collided into relaxation, but they did. I just want to get some gray mixed in with here. Throw a little bit more white down here. All about trusting the process, kids. But if you want to, because again, I am not classically trained. I never went to any art school. Those of you who watch and just fall down, that's fine. You stay right there. If you guys have seen me do any of my live paintings before, I've talked about this a couple of times already. When I was a little kid, which was a long time ago, everybody got the chicken pox back then. And when you got the chicken pox, what did you do? You stayed at home from school. What did you do while you're home from school? You watched The Price is Right with Bob Barker, and you watched Bob Ross. And for whatever reason, me watching Bob Ross really stuck in my head. So a lot of the stuff that I learned watching him kind of stuck with me for what I do today. Now, granted, watching Bob Ross, the way he does things and the way I do things, totally different things. Totally different styles, ways of getting it done. But, I don't know. If it works, let it work. I don't fight the process anymore. I just kind of let things flow out of my head and onto the canvas. I make things happen, much like I do in life. I don't react anymore. I just let things happen. And then I deal with them as they come to me. Because sometimes life is not easy. If it was, we wouldn't have any problems in the world that we do today. But that's the great thing about life. You get these challenges thrown at you, and you have a choice on how to deal with them. Lately, I just choose to ignore the negative, try to stay as positive as I can, because in the end, get in there. It's really all we can do. I'm going to take a dry brush here. I'm just going to soften this up a little bit. Get some of that gloss out there and help blend in those colors a little bit nicer. Voila. We have our background. So whenever you're painting, guys, again, this is just things I've taught myself. If you're painting, always start with your background first. Trying to get a better angle here. There's a little gloss going on. Sorry for that. try to get your background in first. So you want to paint what's behind you. Sorry for the shaking. You want to paint what's further off in the distance and work your way forward. That's just how it is. Chris, are you going to make Happy Little Tree for the Fluffy Squirrel live like Bob Ross? You know what? I'll let you have that comment. I'm not going to make any problems here. It was a joke. I'll take it. But, yeah, guys, I started a little, I guess you could say I started a little problem on Facebook this week. And, I put up a post about AI art. Now, for whatever reason you use AI, fine. I'm not going to chastise anybody for it. You do you. But I'm just letting you know, as a quote-unquote artist, I hate AI art. I'll explain why. AI art is not art. That's cheating to me. So, I don't like it because it is like you're cheating on a test, you know. It's somebody else's. What it is it's a search engine that's used from everybody else that's come before it to utilize their hard work, their talent, their creativity, so that this thing, this entity, can create something and say it's art. And to me, it's not art. That's just my stance on it. Again, your mileage may vary, but just personally, like I know a lot of people in the comments were defending the use of it, and other people were chastising the people who are defending it. And, you know, that's fine. It didn't get ugly in the comments, which I appreciate, because it was on my personal page. And everybody was being relatively good about the whole situation. But I'm just letting you know from my own personal experience. In the art world, AI is a very, very, very sore topic for a lot of people for various reasons. Myself being one of them. I just don't care for it. It's just my thing. But again, your mileage may vary, and that's your prerogative. But I'm going to ask everybody for future reference. If you are a defender of the use of AI, whatever, but don't comment anymore on my posts about the subject if you're going to be defending it. Because, and I said it before and I'll say it again, I will die on that hill for my dislike and my disdain for the use of AI art. I just don't feel that there's any practical use for it in the world. Now, not in the world, I shouldn't say that. In medical fields and whatnot, or, you know, for practical uses for, you know, helping design stuff like that, like, you know, doing like testing for certain applications, that's one thing. I understand that. I get that. But when it comes to art, literature, music, all right, it just doesn't fit in where I feel it should. And that's all I have to say about that, really. Dead topic. Moving on. And we're going to go back to that guy here. Now, again, guys, no classical training here, so I couldn't tell you the name of any of these brushes. I think this one's a filbert. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll find out. But for right now, it's the brush I make trees with. Well, trees, quote unquote trees. Now what I used to do is, instead of using this guy, I would take a fan brush. I'll show you this little technique I've taught myself, because I can't draw a straight line to save my life. So what I do is dot the lines right there with this fan brush. This I know is a fan brush because it looks like a fan. Kind of simple, isn't it? It's easy how you name these things. And I would just do a little lineage like this. And you could see, I mean, you don't want dead on straight lines when you're making tree branches. You just want to get the general idea down. That's all. So that's what I would do with that. Get a little white in here. Do some highlights on the bark. Now, I did always have the wonderful pleasure of, occasionally I got to see Greg Hildebrandt paint live. That's one of the highlights of my life. What that man could do with paint, I will never be able to achieve. But just amazing to watch him. And if you guys are lucky enough, if you're going to Garden State Comic Fest at the end of this month, this is June right now, it's first week of June, it's just ending. The art will be on display for Greg Hildebrandt at Garden State Comic Fest, June 28th, 29th, I believe. And go give that a look. Worth it, trust me. I loved it. The thing, he did magical things with paint and with brushes that I can't figure out how he did it. And honestly, I can't. To me, I was awestruck every time I watched him. All right, so here's what we got going so far. Like I said, guys, often you want your background laid down first. After that, you start bringing your, didn't take off my wedding band. After that, you start bringing your picture to life in front of you. And where else do I want to go here? Maybe do a little bit more on this little island thingy going on here. A little bit more depth to it, maybe, or something. I don't know. Told you guys, I really don't know what I'm doing here. I just do things. I let things happen. Just like I do in my life. I just let things happen. And I roll with the punches as they come. Most of the time worked out for me. And we're gonna get some white on here. Back to our fan brush, and we're just gonna do, see if I can pull this off. Not really too well. Try it left-handed. I'm right-handed, so anything I do left-handed looks like crap. I can't really do things left-handed. Just put some little reeds in here, I guess. Do like that. Throw a couple up in here. A little depth, maybe. Blend that in with the black, so it's not just black. Put a little. Try to soften this up just a little bit. Don't have to go crazy. But yeah, I just like doing this. Not gonna lie, I like everybody's positive comments about my artwork. Sometimes I really need a lift, guys, and you guys give me that little jazz there every once in a while. Let me know that you appreciate what I do, and that means a lot to me. It really does. And don't worry for everybody, if you guys are, if you follow my Artist Sean page, this will be transitioning over to there. I am going to share this painting, this live stream on that when I get done here, messing this up as best as I can. Let's get you. I don't use this brush often enough. I'm going to pull this down. And soften this up a little bit with water. How are we doing so far, kids? We like it? I'm not liking it. I'm rather enjoying it, actually. A little boofy boof push. Push, push, push. Push, 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 push. Push, push, push. Shoop, 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 shoop. But yeah, if anybody, if you want to learn how to paint, I mean, you can watch YouTube videos. I guess they're useful. I don't watch them. Like I said, I learn things by doing. So, in that sense, I'm a semi-hands-on person. And I like to figure out how things work. So I do it this way. Don't ask me why. Just makes my life a little bit easier sometimes. But, just checking in. Hey, there's people watching. Hi, people. Okay. So, black and white. Now my time to shine. I'm going to get these little blending brushes here. I'm going to get a little black over here. Just going to blend in a little black, a little red, a little bit of that crimson, because we're going to make the base of our tree over here. Just fill this in a little bit. Add a little bit more crimson to that. Not a lot. I'm going to start blending, blending, blending. Now, because the light source is coming from this way, even though I didn't put a moon on this one. And then that's when we're going to pop with our color here. So the brightness is coming from this side of the painting. So the brighter colors would logically be on that side. Get some black, a little bit more crimson. Always remember where your light source is. Scott Hanna taught me that one. Now, I guess in that sense I have had some kind of formal training, because every time I see Scott Hanna, he's a great teacher. Him, my friend Lloyd Briggery, also a good artist, Jan Dursima, they're always telling me how much they appreciate my paintings, but one thing I also appreciate, they also tell me what I'm doing wrong, which I love that, because I'm going to extend out some of these branches. I'll fix this in a second. Because I like the criticism, and it's not criticism, they're just helping me figure out or how to do these things, because I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I just like to come up with an idea, try to make it work. That one's done. Oh, sorry, you can see my back of my head. I just like to come up with these ideas and then bring them out onto a canvas. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Kind of like an almond joy. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. And just like that, guys, I'm kind of gonna stick a fork in this one. I'm done. I enjoy how this came out. I'm not gonna lie. You don't always need a paintbrush either to do things. You can create a lot of different things. Kim DeMolder, another artist from the Kubert School, as is Jan Dersima. She's also an instructor there. He taught me some fun things about art that you don't necessarily need a brush to do everything. I did a painting once, and I'm not lying when I say this. I did a painting one time, and I used a crumbled up paper towel and a toothbrush. I swear to God. That's all I used. Paper towel and a toothbrush. And you know what? That worked out pretty damn well. Little ripples in the water here. Tweak on that shoreline, and like I said, guys, I think we're kind of happy with how this one came out. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I like it, and I hope you did too. Thanks for tuning in. And I don't do a painting this fast, trust me. I've done some paintings that have taken me weeks to do. I've done some paintings like this one you see right here. I gotta sign it. I mean, what? I've been live now for... How long have I been yapping here? I don't know. I can't see a time. Somebody let me know in the comments how long I've been yapping away here. But... SJW25. Here we go, kids. Here's a painting. Not one of my best, but I like it. If Greg were here today, he would look at this painting and say, well, yeah, Sean, you put paint on a canvas. I miss that guy. He's, hopefully he's watching down from heaven and looking at me and laughing his ass off right now. But, guys, thanks for tuning in. I really hope you appreciate this. I'm going to go throw it up on my Artist Sean page. I might throw it up on Instagram, everything else. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll post a finished picture in the comments. But, yeah, just something fun to do. Break the monotony of today. All right? Hope you enjoyed it. Love you. Bye. Oh, I can't close.